Hello everyone, this is Atul Vijay Kumar from Amartha Civil Service Academy. So welcome to our Prelims Master Series, Navigating Through Preliminary Questions. So today I have taken up questions of polity, of the topic polity from last year's question paper, that is 2019. So let us see some of those questions and see how we can have a mix of knowledge and logic to solve those successfully. So this is one question. It says like, which article of the Constitution of India safeguards one's right to marry the person of one's choice? So that is the question. So this question is about our right to marry a person of our own choice. Okay. So that is one level in which you can understand that question. Or another level which you can consider is this is about our right about a particular private affair of ours, right? Because marrying a person is a totally private affair. I think you can even make that deduction from that information. So it's about marrying a person of one's own choice and what is the right that speaks about this. So now, as I said before, we have four options before us: Article 19, Article 21, Article 25, and Article 29. Okay, now the next step would be to recall all the information we have about these articles. Okay, I'm not expecting that you know pakka what is said in the Constitution. So Article 19, it says here, therefore, and things like that. There would be a complicated legal structure to all these sentences, right? I don't want you to remember any of those things. I just want you to have an information about the gist of these articles. For example, you should know that Article 19 is about freedom of expression. It's about some types of freedom, and that freedom particularly pertains to freedom of speech, freedom of expression. Maybe you should know that it speaks about right to form associations, right to move throughout the country of India. I don't think even that is necessary, but at least know that this right is about freedom to express oneself out in the society. Okay. So again, you can deduce that thing as this is about an individual's right to act in the society around him or her, right? So individual versus society. So it is in that domain you are given this right, Article 19. So now we move to Article 21. All of us know that as a right to life and personal liberty. Okay, all good. So right to life and personal liberty. Have you heard any, see, there are numerous interpretations to this article. This is one of that constitutional article that has been interpreted in the maximalist possible ways. You know about A.K. Gowalan case, you know about the Maneka Gandhi case, you know about procedure established by law, due process of law. You would have heard or learned or somewhere you would have come across all these ideas pertaining to Article 21. And you might know that it contains all those trivial things, not always trivial, but which we might think trivial, like your right to sleep, your right against noise pollution, then more important ones like right to privacy, right to information, right to education. So these are all interpretational parts of Article 21. So, and that is about the right to life part. Then there is also a right to personal liberty part. So that was especially that came about in the Maneka Gandhi case, where her freedom to move outside the country was being challenged. So that was part of personal liberty. Personal liberty can be understood as freedom to do certain private or freedom to lead private lives. That is one way to think about it. Okay, so that is about Article 21. Then Article 25, we know broadly that it pertains to religious rights, right? Maybe you know, you might know about freedom to practice one religion of one's own liking, freedom to propagate, practice, freedom to follow one's own conscience. So these are some of the words you would have heard related to these articles. Maybe you would have heard about associated with 25, you have 26, where there is a freedom to manage religious affairs. Okay, some of this information, I guess all of you who are kind of at least partial serious in dealing with the subjects would have these information, and I want you to recall this information at this point. Another thing about Article 29 would be, again, it's about cultural rights, right? Cultural and educational rights, or linguistic rights of the minorities, or the rights of the linguistic minorities. I think that's a better way to word it. So that is about that. So our question is about marrying person of one's own choice. So where does it fall? That in relation to these four things. So these are the two sets of information we have, right? On one side, the question asks us to, so maybe I can just jot it down for you. On one side, you have the question of marriage, and versus on other side, you have all these rights like 19, 21, 25, 29. So we try to correlate each of these rights with this question of marriage. So maybe directly we don't know whether these rights are speaking about this marriage, because in the constitution there is so much extra section, subsection A, D, things like that. So you might not have even seen all these things. So that is why we have doubts about these things. So we'll think about, so going by what you have seen about 25 and 29, this is about linguistic rights of linguistic minorities. So you know that this is not going to work. So 29 can be easily eliminated. Another thing is 25, freedom to practice one's own religion. So you might think that there is marriage happening within a religion. So we normally in India, people marry within religion, but there are also other cases, right? So 25 and its scope cannot fully encompass the idea of marriage. So again, 25 can't be a satisfactory answer. Now we are left with 19 and 21. Here, I guess, I know this was a pretty much easy deduction for all of you out there, but when it comes to 19 and 21, I have personally seen my friends going for the wrong answer between these two. Okay, so I think a bit more dwelling into these two would be right here. So let us think about 19 and 21. So we know about 19 as freedom to express oneself, right? So maybe we could think that, okay, freedom to marry a person of one's own choice is a freedom to express oneself, right? Maybe at some point in our head, we might think like that. But is that true? It's definitely not true, because this Article 19, it's about freedom of expression. It is about expressing to the larger society. So that is what I said before, an individual with respect to the society. That is the domain. Maybe you could represent it as, so individual within the society. So it is this interface that deals with Article 19. You can freely express yourself, you can move throughout the territory of India, you can form associations within these sections of people, right? You can practice a profession of your own liking, you can, there is press freedom implicit in all this. So this is in an altogether different domain. So you will have to have the courage to eliminate Article 19 also. So which leaves us the answer, Article 21. Right? So I hope you are following the process here. So we recall the information pertaining to marriage, we recall the information pertaining to all these articles, very limited information. I can guarantee you that I don't have all the relevant information pertaining to these articles, but only the very limited ones which we can apply in this context. So we try to match, right? We match, so whatever doesn't match, we eliminate. What remains, like Sherlock Holmes says, should be the truth. So the answer to this question is Article 21, which is B.